There are two repositories for Maven. We have a local repository and remote repository. The local repository is a directory on our computer where we run Maven. By default, it is created in the home directory. The remote repository is any repository outside of our directory. If the local repository does not have a dependency, then Maven will download the dependency from the remote repository. Before installing Maven, we must make sure our system has Java. Go to the command prompt and type Java space version. We see Java version 14.0.2. Enter mvn space -version. And we see I already have Apache Maven installed for version 3.6.3. If you did not have Maven installed, then your command prompt will show Maven is not recognized. Even if we type mvn space -v, we see the same results. Your Maven is still not recognized, and my Maven shows 3.6.3. That's okay if you do not have Maven installed, no problem. The next steps will be to download and install Maven. Go to Chrome and search for download Maven. Click the link to download. We see the most recent version is Maven 3.6.3. Scroll down to the file section and we see 4 links. The second link for binary zip archive is the one we want. Click the link. After downloading, we go to our downloads folder or whatever folder you have your downloads going to. Unzip the file. Extract it. Now we go into the bin folder and you will see mvn.cmd. This file allows us to enter commands from the command prompt. Copy the bin location and go to environment variables. We have the choice to create a new system variable like Java Home or add the bin location to system variables path. Either way is okay. Next, you will click edit for path and you will paste the bin path location. Now, let's add the Maven plugin to Eclipse. Go to Eclipse and depending on your Eclipse version, the Maven plugin is already available in your IDE. If not available, then go to help and we can install the plugin from install new software or Eclipse Marketplace. In Eclipse Marketplace, type Maven. Hit enter or go. After Maven shows up, click install. Click next, accept the terms, and click the finish button. Then you will see the plugin downloading to Eclipse. You must restart for the changes to take effect. After restarting, go back to the command prompt and verify Apache Maven 3.6.3. In Eclipse, verify the Maven plugin by going to Window, Preferences, and you will see Maven. You can also go to Help and About Eclipse to see Maven. In the next session, we're going to create our Maven project. In this session, we're going to create a Maven project. Start by going to File, New, Project. At this point, we see Maven project, But if we did not see Maven Project, we could search for Maven. Select Maven Project, then Next. In this dialog, we see this checkbox, create a simple project, skip the archetype selection. Archetype is a project template generated by Maven. Click Next. And here is a list of archetypes. We're going to skip and not let Maven generate our project. Click Back. Then click the checkbox and Next. Group ID, artifact ID, and version are required fields. Group ID is a unique ID that identifies our project. The naming convention is similar to our package. It starts with a reverse domain, com.rexjones2. Maven is not strict on the naming convention, so the reverse domain is not required. Artifact ID is used as the subdirectory under group ID. The convention is all lowercase letters. It's the name of the project's library artifact. Maven Project. Version is the version number of the project that will be packaged as a jar. Name is Demo Maven. And description is Maven Demo Project. And click Finish. And now the Maven project has been created in Eclipse. Restore. And here's the Maven project. The difference between a Maven project and a Java project is Maven project has an M with a J. Java project only has a J. Do you see the predefined folder structure that includes 2 folders for src main and 2 folders for src test? Src main is the library sources and resources. We add our framework code in the src main Java directory. Src test is the test sources and resources. All of our test scripts are placed in src test Java directory. We have the JRE system library, which contains Java's jar files. You can update the Java version by right-clicking the library, build path, then configure build path. Module path, JRE system library, then click edit. Select the execution environment dropdown and select your version. The src directory contains all of the source material for building the project. Target is Maven's default output folder. It maintains all of the output of the build. The pom.xml file defines our project object model. This is where we add our dependencies. Next, we're going to add the Selenium and the Test Ng dependencies, then execute our first test. To add a dependency for Maven, we double-click the pom.xml file. Then navigate to the pom.xml tab. Let's break down this file. The project element defines the basic schema settings. Model version contains the model version of the project object model. Here are the details after creating this project: group ID, artifact ID, version, name, and description. Now let's add the dependencies element by clicking Control Space. Navigate to dependencies, and the description shows this element describes all of the dependencies associated with the project. For starters, we know our project will depend on Selenium and it will depend on Test Ng. The advantage of a pom.xml file is to bypass downloading the jars, then configuring the build path to include those jars. Some people perform that same process over and over whenever their project requires updated jars. With this pom.xml file, all we do is click Control Space, navigate to Insert Dependencies, type Selenium, and we see a list of options. Expand Selenium Java, then select the version, 3.141.5. We see group ID, artifact ID, version, and scope is compile. Click OK. Then we click Save. Maven Dependencies show Selenium Java 3.141.5 jars. We can always update the version number. Highlight the version number and click Control Space, then select a different version. Selenium 4 Alpha 6. Watch what happens when I click Save. Automatically, Maven Dependencies show Selenium 4 jars. Let's add the Test Ng dependency, which is a test framework for Java. This time, we are going to Maven's repository and search for Test Ng. Select Test Ng. I'm going to use the last 6 version, 6.14.3. After selecting the version, we copy the dependency, go back to Eclipse, and paste the dependency. We also have to add the compiler plugin for Maven. Go back to Maven's repository, then search for compiler plugin and select it. The most recent version is 3.8.1. Copy the group ID, artifact ID, and version. I did not select dependency because it's really a plugin. Go back to Eclipse, and after dependencies, we click Control Space, select Build. Control Space again, select Plugins. For the last time, we click Control Space, then Plugin, and paste. Control Shift F, format this pom.xml file. Let me show you something else. Do you see how JRE system library shows Java SE10? We must add the release after the version. Control Space, Configuration. Control Space for the last time and select Release. Then enter 10 and save. The purpose of Maven's compiler plugin is to compile the sources of our project. Now let's start with creating a test script. We go to src test Java. Right click, new class. Class is Google title test. WebDriver driver. At test annotation, public void. My bad, I apologize. My phone ring was on. Test Google title. That's one of those things when you're doing stuff live. Import WebDriver, and I apologize again. Import Test Ng annotation. Now we're going to write system.setProperty. Key is WebDriver.Chrome.Driver. The value will be the path location. Copy ChromeDriver.exe. Go back to Eclipse and paste. Remove the extra double quotes and the / And I'm going to remove that last backward slash and write driver equals new Chrome driver. Import Chrome driver. Driver.manage.window.maximize. Driver.get will load the page https://www.google.com. Now let's print the page title. Sysout page title. Driver.get title. And we're going to finish with driver.quit. Let me run through this one more time because I know my phone ringer, it rung, and let me just recap. We're going to set the property for Chrome driver, create a new Chrome driver, maximize the window, load the Google search page, print the title, and quit the driver. We can always run this test by clicking the green arrow, but let's run this test as a Maven test. Also, let me update the project by right-clicking Maven, Update Project, and click OK. Now let's run this test as a Maven project by right-clicking, go to Run As, Maven Test. One more thing I want to show you. Notice how the target folder is empty. Maven Test. In the console, we see page title, Google. Test run 1. No failures, no errors, and nothing to skip. Now let's open the target folder. And it has data. That's it for running the test as a Maven test, executing our first project, also adding the Selenium and Test Ng dependencies. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Books available in paperback, ebook, and PDF. All Part 1 ebooks and PDF documents are free. Programming books for UFT. Programming books for Java. Here's the Selenium automation book. And Test Ng. Subscribe to get notification of future videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.